If you work in quality control at a candy factory, you know strict safety regulations come with the job. It's why you partner with Grainger. Grainger helps you find the high-quality and compliant products your business needs to inspect, detect, and help correct issues. And the sweetest part is, everyone gets a product that's as safe to eat as it is delicious. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs podcast.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs podcast, everybody. How are you today? I hope everyone out there is doing great in the world. And I gotta admit, it's been kind of a little bit of a hard day. So this introduction is going to be kind of angry. It's been a hard couple of days. Just news, things like that. Just lots of stuff going on in the world. And I'm just pretty fucking disgusted by many of it. And I'm trying to use those words less on the air, but it's true. I mean, goddamn, this weekend alone, we have a kicker from the Chiefs giving, and now mind you, everything he said about women was despicable and disgusting in his speech, and how women should act and women should do this and do that. Just disgusting. But I had the unfortunate unfortunate fucking whatever. See, I'm not even thinking straight. That's how bad it is. Because I haven't even gotten to Diddy yet. I had the unfortunate chance to read his speech too, to prep for some comments I wanted to make on it here on the show. And I'm sure Paul will have some things to say too. But goddamn, that douchebag of a human being didn't just go after women. Go watch, because I know they played a lot towards that part of the speech, and there's a lot of clips there. But if you can watch the whole thing or go read it, even better, because you can see it. It's disgusting. And then you follow it up with this dog shit of a human being, Diddy, or whatever, Puff Daddy, Diddy, P. Diddy, Diddle Daddle, whoever else, whatever your name is going to be next. Seeing him, oh my God, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, seeing that, and it's brought me to a dark place, man. It really has. Because I got to be honest with you. We have a ton going on anyway in this world that's fucking things up. And just seeing this past weekend, though, really just dialed it up for me personally, just having to be surrounded by that and just everything that was that fucking video, man. I got to tell you, the fucking video. Anyway. And then you have the kicker, Bucky, saying, Bucker, whatever his name is, saying what he said, and then having to read it too. I just wanted to say this. There's not going to be any profound moments for me. I'm angry. I'm pissed off. There's some other stuff too that people I care about are victims, and it's pissing me off. And I'm seeing it more and more as it rages on, and I'm seeing nothing change. And I'm getting mad. Every day I'm getting more and more angry. Nothing changes. We still have the same despicable human beings in power. Despicable. We had 2 representatives shitting on each other for the benefit of what? Looking good because you think shitting on each other on C-SPAN is fun? This shit is broken. And the people who are suffering are all of us. People in power do not give a fuck. They do not give a fuck. And they keep putting worse and worse people in. And I'm not just talking about Agent Orange. I'm talking about fucking Old Man Joe too. Every single one of them. Over it. I'm over corrupt bullshit leaders. I'm over all of this. I'm over seeing so many people have a boot on their neck, and especially seeing women get talked to the way they are now. It's really fucking driving me now. It hasn't been happening since the beginning of humankind. I don't even know what the fuck I'm arguing about anyway. And now it's just despicable and it's disgusting. And the more and more I realize as I go on, and I realize it's going long, but we need to make sure as a society, outside of them, we always stay connected. We're always staying connected. Stop fighting with your neighbor because they may think something differently. If you fight with them, they'll always think something differently. If you talk to them and you share with them why you feel this is right, and then maybe they do the same, and you don't agree with them, you can always come to a compromise. But you not going to do it with all this bullshit just because we have political signs that are different on each other's fucking. And these people don't even give a shit about you. They are murdering you left and right in any way they can, with your jobs, with your money, with everything. And we're still fighting over them. Who's the best? We're still fighting over them. Who's the best? Neither. None of them anywhere, any country. It's over. It's done. And this is all that just keeps happening over and over again. And it's just the same bullshit people, the same bullshit agendas, the same bullshit everything coming in and being thrown in our faces. And then we're taking more is taken from us, and more is taken from us, and more is taken from us. And on top of it, they're trying to steal everyone's dignity. That's what fucking Diddy and Butker and everyone else who are doing these things, they're trying to steal people's dignity, I should say. They're not actually doing it. Maybe they get through to some, but god damn, don't let them take your dignity. I'm fucking tired of it. I hope you are too. But let's get this party started. It's gonna be a fun show. We got Paul coming in. Let's bring him on. Sorry, man. I had to unload today. I was really pissed.
Oh, you're good. I'll tell you a little story from today that's gonna reinstill some faith in humanity.
I'll take humanity. I will always take, because humanity is who I'm talking about, not those fucking sea urchins that exist up there in the powerful.
This elderly woman had accidentally locked her keys in the car while she was vacuuming today, and she only lived, I think she said, about a quarter of a mile away. So she was just going to walk home, get her other set of keys. Well, a customer noticed that she started to walk down the sidewalk, and they stopped everything they were doing, left their mats right where they were, picked her up, took her to her house, took her to lunch, and brought her back. And that's just out of the blue, it just kind of makes you smile and realize, even though there is a lot of bad, there's still some really great people out there, and there's still good things happening, because it is tough and it sucks. And I hate North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. No, please finish. I want to hear what you have to say.
No. I was going to say, and I'm kind of disappointed in just North Carolina for now, because we just passed a bill where they're about to start not allowing you to wear face masks anymore, just period. Even if it's for medical reasons, they do not give a shit, just because unfortunately too many people have been wearing COVID masks to commit crimes. So on both ends, it's shit. It's why did people take advantage of that to commit crimes? And then what, like I'm not saying I got a lot, but I have some friends that have had cancer, they got to wear masks. They can't catch anything. So what are they supposed to do now? Like you're saying, it's just, what are we doing, you guys?
I know, it's fucking disgusting. It really is. Everything businesses and I'm not talking, I'm talking about the big business, big corporations that really do, that own our governments, every single one of them, all the way down. And it's just how much more, it even at least at some point felt like, all right, and I'm not talking about any time I've been alive. I'm just talking about at some point in history, it felt like somebody could make it. And now it doesn't feel like anyone below of a certain demographic, and it does not matter which race you are. It really is. It's a certain type of it's a number, really, is what it comes down to. If you have the right number, you're in that upper echelon, and that's 1%.
Yeah.
So 99% of us have a boot on our neck. And listen, I'm sitting here doing a podcast from my own home, and there's so many other people who are suffering way more everywhere. But now I just felt like I needed to say this shit now, because I see it constantly and nobody's saying it.
Right.
We watch these movies. We love this shit. And I'm bringing it back to like our love of movies, because we really do. And you and I talk about movies all the time and stuff. And like, it's just, but we watch these movies and they inspire hope in us. I'm not saying the celebrities, fuck the celebrities. I could give a shit. But like, because I don't, because your Met Gala bullshit proved you don't care about us. You're living the French Revolution. Read that fucking story. Read the fucking story. You base the whole thing. But whatever, that's been said. I don't need to be said anymore. But my point here, and I know I'm pontificating and I'm sorry, but like, nobody's fucking saying it. Why are we not worried about the people? We are worried about who this person wants, or who this person wants, what we want here. What I want? Fucking living wages. How's that? Living wages at one job where you only have to work maybe 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then go home.
Yeah.
And then spend time with your family. Now, I'm not saying there's not different jobs that have all different. Actually, nothing really fucking matters. If you boil, no, what I mean by that is like,
I get what you're saying.
we only do it because it's a fucking factory, and that's what it is. We start the factory, going into school, coming out an old man, retiring, hopefully it doesn't even happen anymore, and then you die, and then the next generation does it. That's what our governments have made. That's what our big corporations that we buy this shit from have done. So let's start with another topic. I'm fucking over it, man. I just am. Sorry, I don't want to pontificate anymore, but I want to talk about this. Who is really the bad guy? Ideally, I should have went with the other topic. This is not, I promise you, this is not going to, it kind of fits with everything I said. We know who the real bad guys, but bad guys are. But I'll say this. Paul picked these topics, and I'm very excited to talk about them. Now, this one is movies. Like and we'll talk about our, who we're thinking about and stuff like that. But it just basically those characters in movies that you would never think of as the bad guy. But are we sure they're not? So, right. Paul, what inspired you to go with this?
I mean, it's just trying to open your mind to seeing both sides of the story. So, just sitting there thinking, and granted, they did touch base on it in the show Cobra Kai about Karate Kid. But just thinking about that, like you always felt bad for Daniel LaRusso. You always like, he's woe is him, Johnny's an asshole, blah, 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 blah. Then Cobra Kai comes out and you're like, oh, wait, like you see it from Johnny's perspective. Dude stole his girl. Dude started pranking him. Like, dude won't leave him alone. So,
dude, and it wasn't even that. Like, he got involved in the beginning at that beach scene. Like, he didn't need to. Like, the guy, Johnny didn't pull up. Like, he was having a fight with his girlfriend. And now this has been analyzed, so we're not saying anything new. But he was like, you really think about that scene. It's like, yeah, maybe they broke up. Maybe she was flirting with you, but you don't need to be White Knight in this situation. She was fine. It wasn't like she was in danger and he was like dragging her around by her hair. Like, he was like, I just want to talk to you. And he was being really sweet about it.
Yeah.
For a dickhead bully, Johnny had 5 guys go after him. That right there makes you the bad guy. I don't care who you are. I don't care if he stole your girl. I don't care if he threw a finger up in your face. I don't care what you did. If you go and you get your boys and you jump them, you're the bad guy. And you're a bitch. You're a Butker bitch. You're a Diddy Butker bitch. That's our new producer on the show, Diddy Butker, because we fucking hate him.
Oh, just kidding, not me.
No, you're producer, Paul. You're fun. He's not a producer on the show. He's fucking cleans the toilets. Diddy Butker.
Nice.
So it's like he just, all right, let's go to mine real quick to kind of compare and contrast. Kelly McGillis's character from Top Gun is the bad guy in that movie. I've said it before in the show, I've said it before in life, and I stand by it. She is the bad guy in that movie. And that's why when we watched Top Gun Maverick, which honestly is probably I'm not a Tom Cruise guy, but well, I guess I am. I like his movies, but that turned real fat. I don't believe in Scientology. Mission Impossible is pretty awesome, and so is Top Gun Maverick. I would say Top Gun Maverick is the top 10 film of all time ever.
Wow. Okay.
I would argue that it is. It is the best positive American movie ever. It is. Because it's not one of those that's really in your face and really star-spangled, like fucking all those ones that get them wrong, like like all those ones where they're just like, oh, let's follow those real heroes here and then blah blah blah. This one was like legit. It was pro-America, but it wasn't in your face, wasn't shitty to anyone. There was pride, but there was humanity to it. And I don't know why I'm reviewing. Okay, anyway, get back to the first one. Kelly McGillis was a fucking bad guy, and that's why she didn't deserve to be in the second one. And when I saw the interview, not Kelly, I didn't realize I'm calling her Kelly McGillis. I think her name was Joe in the mirror. I don't even care. She was the bad guy. Like the inadvertent bad guy. Everybody goes about everybody on that movie, and I'm like, she was sleeping with a student.
Yeah.
It fucked with his head. She was older than him by about 10 years, at least.
Yeah.
She was sleeping with a student. And he's in one of the highest stressed jobs, let alone competing in a school at an incredibly high level. Fucking him makes you the bad guy. You wait till he graduates, whatever. If you guys want to rekindle something, but like that guy needs to have a straight head all the way through. And you were flirting from the goddamn moment you heard he did an inverted.
She was a turkey vulture, that's for sure.
Dude, if he wasn't there, it would have been Iceman. But Iceman would have been Iceman. That's why he was Admiral, because Iceman. I don't have time for you. I'm Top Gun.
Yeah.
But Maverick deserved Top Gun. Not saying Iceman didn't, but Maverick, Goose probably would have survived had he not been having sex with Kellen Ghost's character.
You're probably right. Rip Goose.
His mind would have been straighter. They would have been out there. They would have been conducting their tests more or whatever else. I don't know. I don't work in a fucking airport. I don't work in fighter jets. But I'm telling you, a teacher doesn't need to fuck a student while he's in the middle of it, especially. I don't care if he's that old or not. And don't tell me they didn't have a rule against it. They had a rule against everything. It was the 80s.
My other movie pick, because I wanted to pick one besides Cobra Kai since they already or Karate Kid since they already touched on that in the show.
Yeah.
Kind of going out of the box. So you guys got to bear with me and just deal with it. But I went with The Matrix. Predicated on the fact it's a simulation, right? So we're living in simulation.
Okay.
So one would say Morpheus and their little group, the rebellion, they're viruses.
Yeah.
So we're rooting for the viruses to take over the main program. And I don't know if you game any, but when I game, I hate modders. I hate people that are cheating to win. I mean, we're rooting for Neo the whole time, but he has like God mode enabled, so he can kind of just do whatever. If I was gaming against that dude, I'd be pissed. So,
I'll be honest with you. Like, I like the first Matrix, and I like the Animatrix. The Animatrix stories are really good. And in fact, in that, they kind of tell you that machines are doing this for their own good. Humans, needed to fucking do it. So because it was just getting worse and worse. So I wouldn't fight that argument, honestly, because you're also not giving anybody a choice of where they want to. Like, that's something you should be working in the Matrix or talking to the machines if you can and saying, we're trying to bring people out who want to come out. Because I'm telling you right now, like Cyrus not Cyrus the Virus, he was Con Air, but Cyrus in the movie, I'd want to go back in.
Right. Yeah.
This is better than how they lived in their rave caves. This is so much better than their rave caves. I'm sorry. Maybe not for Neo. I get Neo. He became a god.
Right.
So like, I get it. But like, at what point do you say to the machines, if you're Neo, and be like, can I just be a god here?
Right.
I won't mess with you. You just let me fly around, do my thing. Like, that's strike a bargain at least. Come on. What kind of god are you? Dick. You're Diddy Butker god, aren't you? That's the type of god you are. Diddy Buckers.
Hell yeah.
All right. Ferris Bueller is the bad guy now.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, great. They had a great day. That was perfect. First, do you think that Cameron, who's clearly got issues, and that is not me diminishing him in any way. We all have mental health issues. So, Cameron, we love you, buddy. But Ferris exploited those.
Yes.
Big time. And what kind of friend does that? For his fun day.
Right. Yeah.
It wasn't Cameron's fun day. He's trying to show Sloane and Cameron how to live.
Yeah.
And Cameron didn't want to go. And Sloane, whatever, went along for the ride because she liked her boyfriend or whatever. Which he started hitting on those other girls as you're running through the thing. Bad guy. Ferris Bueller's the bad guy. I hate to bring it to you. I know, but and here's another one that's going to shock your brain. And I love it. And I love him. He's he's, if not my favorite actor of all time, in the top 3. Robin Williams as Mrs. Doubtfire. He was the bad guy in that movie.
That's fair. Yeah.
He was not a great dad. Not that he was a bad dad. Not that he was like a dad, but he was not a great dad, and he was not a great husband at all. And that means something because she is taking care of things. She is like there all the time, and he's off like, doing his thing, slacking off. And then he gaslit her.
Yeah.
And then ruined a relationship with a possibly nice guy because that guy wasn't a dick. He wasn't mean. He was just English, really. He was just kind of stuffy. I don't think they ever said they were going to send him to a boarding school, right?
I don't remember that.
Yeah. So what are we looking at here?
Right.
That's English stepmoms, not English stepdads.
Right.
So I'm not saying, like, I got the humor in it because, like, if my wife was dating Pierce Brosnan, I'd throw a fucking orange at him too. Then I'd ask him, like, hey, what was it like Remington Steele, right? That was a cool show, but that's as far as I go. None of that James Bond shit. Stick with Remington. No, but seriously, like, he was a dad who's overstepped and still won in the end. Ooh, this is a good one. Radar brings up the Jedi Council is the bad guy in the prequels, and I will die on this hill.
That's fair.
I would not argue with you. Okay. There is a perfect, and I need Dan for this. You're going to get Dan in on talks like this. There's a perfect metaphor here of what the prequel movies and what the rise of the Empire and how that parallels one group interchangeable at any time.
Yeah.
And then the Jedi Order is the other group. And you're right. In those prequels, no bueno. The Jedi Council is not good. They say they're peacekeepers, but they're upholding governmental laws, and they'll kill indiscriminately if they have to. And they went to war as generals, so they are not peacekeepers.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't argue with that, Radar. Like, they are not the good guys. And they did push. If there was more nurturing with Anakin, like you see Yoda with every other kid ever, he even is very nurturing to Obi-Wan. They were just clearly a dick to Anakin.
Yeah.
Oh, what? We sense a lot of anger in you. No shit, Sherlock. He just got off a fucking Tatooine, and he was a slave for his whole life. Now you're here. His mom's gone. And you're being shitty to him. Like, sorry, like, you are not the good guys. You were built on the backs of good guys, but the same can be argued about the Sith. I didn't say the Empire.
Yep.
Sith.
But go.
Somehow missed a kill order program. Yeah, right. All right. I want to hear your next one. What you got?
It's kind of interesting. It's going back to kind of the mental health field. So I'm not saying, there's anything wrong with that, because we, like you said, we all got stuff. I went with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Jack Nicholson's character is a problem, because you're rooting for him to get out and stuff, but you really think about it on the outside. Nurse Ratchet's trying to help them as far as she knows how to help. She might be a hard ass.
Again. This is one I cannot agree with you.
No, but I mean, she's got her guidelines. We all got rules at our job. We all have safety protocols we're supposed to follow for a reason. So, I mean, was she kind of hard ass? Yeah. But I wouldn't say Nurse Ratchet was a problem. I'd say Jack Nicholson was. He was
a huge problem for her, and he was a troublemaker for sure. She was not. She's the villain. Remember, she had Billy lobotomized because she had control over him. That whole control scene where RJ was getting through to them. First of all, you should love RJ McMurphy.
Yeah.
Clearly, RJ McCready's long distant cousin.
Has to be.
I'd argue read the book, but definitely rewatch the movie if you haven't seen it in a while. But I see your point, because if you look at it from societal standpoint, the nurse but that's the great part about that movie, is that it isn't the right way. You are cheering the criminal on because he is inspiring these people to get healthier, where she's keeping them dulled. And if they do start to get healthier, she lobotomizes. And she lobotomizes RJ Murphy at the end, and he doesn't deserve it.
Nope. Hey,
he
but
does a lot of shit
with the pillow.
He does a lot of shit, but that was one that was like, nah, that'd be all right. I guess it goes without saying, Tyler Durden.
Yeah, I was thinking of that one too.
You don't know how many people are in those buildings, but yeah. I mean, those are ones like The Godfather, stuff like that. They are built on the fact that they are bad guys. Like, it's the turning of it all,
right?
Dude, I love how the younger generations that are getting into films now, like older films, and they're seeing things from a different perspective. I never once heard anyone, and I'm not saying it didn't exist, and I'm not saying people didn't think this. I'm just saying I know a lot of movie people. I went to film school. I worked in Hollywood. I do this all the time. I talk to a lot of people, and I have never heard anyone say that the don't talk about Fight Club rule is meant to be broken so they can bring in more rule breakers.
That is true.
And it's so like, that's what I love about like these little things you find on TikTok, stuff like that. Like, they're watching the movies and they're seeing it from a different perspective. And I love that. And then I see guys our age, like taking them and rehashing them. And it's like, okay, you ruined it. Right. I like that one. Michael Corleone, of course. Now, let's reverse it then. If we're talking about, I'm not saying he didn't do anything bad. He definitely did lots of things bad. But Anakin Skywalker, is he the villain? Or is he a tormented puppet in a powerful game?
Are we separating the two, saying that Anakin is a different manifestation than Darth Vader is, since that takes a turn?
His actions were evil. He committed evil actions, and he had evil in his heart when he did them.
Right.
But like any human, we've seen people who redeem themselves.
Right.
And nobody starts out that way. Right.
Right.
So we got to see Anakin's, first of all, 12 years he was a slave, or 10 years or whatever. He was a slave. He was born into slavery. Right there. That sucks. And he was still a bubbly, happy kid, right? After that, everything that happened afterwards, I say everyone else the villain. And I would even go on to say Padme had a hand in really damaging Anakin.
Yeah, because once again, it goes with, well, just talking about Top Gun, she's significantly older than him.
Yeah. And that's
which,
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but like,
no,
he was like 10 and she was 18.
Yeah.
And then next time he sees her, he's like 16. And so, like, come on, dude.
Right.
That way.
Right.
I don't care if we're in space. Calm down. Let's see what we got. Radar saying Bruce Wayne and the Rises trilogy. I disagree.
See, and I thought about Batman only because I was like, I couldn't formulate exactly how much money Bruce Wayne is worth, but I was like, would he be more effective by helping the poor and get it, like, paying more good cop? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you got to remember, like, that's happening. There's many foundations from the Wayne Foundation within the Wayne Foundation to help people all over.
Right.
And he pays for fucking everything, right?
Right.
Like for the Justice League, for everybody, like he takes care of everybody, right? But we're not meant to see that, because you wouldn't read a comic book about a man who's just starting a charity.
Mm-hmm.
But you would watch a man dressed as a bat punch people in the face. So that's why we don't talk about charity in comic books. But there he says it, like, so like I gotta argue Batman. Now I can make an argument for Superman in the movie. Okay, I understand he lost Lois, but that man reversed time and he didn't know if he could do that.
Right.
He didn't know what would happen. He ground Earth to a halt. First of all, we're dead. No more gravity. We're just dead. We slam into anything at the speed of light. And then he reversed it. Our bodies, you're not going back. So, but regardless, for the movie fiction of the Giantess, yes, he it just pisses me off because it's like, why'd you go back in time? Like, he didn't need to go back in time. He's not the real bad guy, but like, that's not a great reason to go back in time.
My favorite one.
No, keep talking. Go ahead. Don't worry about him.
I was going to say my favorite one that I've argued since it came out was Avengers. I personally don't think Thanos was a bad guy. I don't see him as a bad guy. I think that's fair. He's looking at the wide scheme of the whole universe. I think a snap, if you were to choose, I would say the snap is the easiest thing, just because it's fair to everybody. Because everyone has a chance and everyone has a chance of being gone. I don't see why that's such a bad thing, because he's not picking out just one group or just, these creatures from this planet. It's all the universe. So as much as everyone told me I'm wrong and they're like, what's wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't think he's the bad guy in this.
Okay.
So I think that's fair for the whole universe.
I like it. And to answer Radar's question, they never rebuilt. They didn't rebuild the train because they didn't want that to happen again. That's why they didn't rebuild the train. They took it out. They're like, nah, we're good. I will say this about Obi-Wan though. Obi-Wan truly did care about Anakin, and if you watch the subtext of it, now they could have written a really enriched story between the two of them and have a much better friendship, but it was a good friendship throughout. But you got to keep in mind, if you go back to the Qui-Gon days, every time Obi-Wan's being impetuous, Qui-Gon questions him. But he doesn't question him in a condescending way. He's not criticizing him. He's trying to get him to be more mindful. It's kind of like, remember your training, Paul. Like, you went through, so stuff like that. Hey, Paul, remember, don't end the stream if you're leaving. Just leave. You want to put it out there. But Obi-Wan ran with that.
Yeah.
Because he thought that was the sign of a good leader, and he criticized Anakin all the way throughout. Yeah. But he didn't realize he was criticizing him. He thought he was coming off this way.
Right.
But that's the same thing too. He looks at you as a friend. You guys have been on so many missions together. He loves you. Now, Qui-Gon loved you too, but it was a trainer mentality. It was a mentor mentality all the way through. You became friends with Anakin, so he felt betrayed through that. Hey, what's up, Joe? How you doing, man? I got to get with you after CFF, bud. And Radar says the reason the snap was effed is because it wasn't just people. It was all life, including animals and plants. So, yeah, he decreased the population, but he decreased the food supply as well. Well, that's not a bad thing, though. Everything's cut in half. And we got glimpses of like how people were living and what people were taking seriously now. Mm-hmm. In the end game. No, was it? Yeah, it was end game.
Yeah, it was end game.
And so like the whales are returning, like the things are getting cleaner. And like we even saw it for the month we were isolated when everybody was bitching and moaning that they were home. Remember now, everyone was arguing that they had to be home, and now everybody wants to be home.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind when they keep trying to get you to not work remote. Inflation sucks. So
Yeah.
with that being said, I made my points. I'm moving on to the next one. I'm not even going to finish that point. I'm just going to move on. But before I move on to the next topic, I want to remember everybody, if you like this shirt or others that we have, we've got tons. Make sure you check out Snobs merch. Where it's at. We got some really fun designs. Go check them out, everybody. Use this QR code and it'll take you right over there. Go check them out. Use 10% off. Use Snobs. And if you're going to be at CFF this weekend, we're going to have some special stuff for you. And if you sign up for the Patreon, we're going to have special goodie bags for you as well. And you know what? You do that, then you can sign up for the Patreon.
Yes.
Throw that up there for now. But if anybody's interested, let me know and I'll throw up the QR codes. But let's get.
I do have a question
based
on that. Just in case anyone, is wondering, are we going to be selling any merch while we're there? Like, will we have merch for sale?
We'll have I'm going to have some catalogs. Thank you for asking. So anybody who's interested in checking out the merch, we're going to have catalogs of all the designs, and there's QR codes right there. So we don't have to bring anything out because remember, guys, we're going to be filming, we're going to be running around, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. We will have like buttons and stickers and stuff for sale. Little stuff. We're also going to have like a prize wheel. We're going to have Patreon goodie bags, like I said, and a ton more. So we're going to have a lot of fun stuff going on. But yeah, make sure you come over, hang out, and be a part of it. But if you want to support the channel, remember, all that stuff goes back into the channel, helps us make this and every show we do the best we can possibly make it. And the more support we get, the better it gets. So as you guys have seen over these past few years, we appreciate you and thank you for that. And you can join for free. Just so you know, our Patreon is you can do the free tier. You can try a free trial if you want to support in another way. That's great. But that's going to be our main newsletter. We're going to have reviews on there, written reviews. We're going to have news stories. We're going to have all different types of stuff. We do movie news dumps. I can tell you right now without telling you, Taylor is talking to the MCU. And if you want to know about what, head on over to our Patreon.
There you go.
So that's all I'm going to say. But let's bring up, you know what? I'm going to go for broke on this one. I also want to say join up on our Discord. That you don't have to be on a Patreon or anything. Just join up, hang out, have fun. It's a good old time. I haven't been on there in a couple of days. I've been very busy with CFF and I miss everybody and I love you guys. But I will be on there as soon as I can. We had another great topic for you tonight, but I think I kind of want to get into it, man. I kind of have some bitching I need to do about these movies. Can we save the other one for next week?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I love it, but I also want to do some research for it too.
Okay. That's fair. Good, because I want to know the parameters of it as well, because I don't want to go off the rails where you're like, holy shit.
I wrote down some names. So we were going to talk about like movies that get our significant others in the mood. And I wrote down a bunch of stuff, but like I want to do some research on it. So I'm going to save that one. But let's just jump into it and really have some fun. Let's talk about If and the Strangers Chapter 1. If. Let's start with If. Let's get this out of the way.
If only this was a good movie.
If only this didn't even live up to Foster's Home for the Imaginary. Like it didn't even live up to that. That was a pretty good show. It came out around the time on Cartoon Network. For anybody who doesn't know, around the time of Courage Cowardly Dog, stuff like that. They had it was cool. It was a good time. But I got to tell you, this movie sucked, man. Well, I will tell you this. No, because as much as I appreciate all the people who work on any movie, I did not stay for those credits because this movie was abysmal. But care to share, please? You go first.
I'm
talk about it.
I feel like we did stay. I just already forgot what the little thing was. But anyway, as for If, so it was not hitting for any of us that went to go see it together. So then I start listening to the crowd around me because I'm surrounded by a lot of kids. In front of us, behind us, around us. The kids next to us, within 10 minutes, were saying, when can we go home?
Yeah.
Well, how much longer is left? They were bored to tears already. What really did it in is that fucking gummy bear doing the little fart joke, and not a single fucking kid even giggled. Not one.
Amy
time.
Schumer's fart joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole movie was just cameos and bullshit.
Yeah.
It really was, dude. Like there's no real story to it. There's no real hook to it. You get dramatic scenes. but even like the ifs look fake
Yeah.
compared to everything else.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil it or anything. If anybody wants to take their kids to see it and they want to go see it,
Don't.
There's a little bit of a twist at the end with who Ryan Reynolds is in the movie, but it's
Is it a twist?
it's not a twist at all. It's so stupid, but I don't want to ruin it for anybody. But so IF stands for Imaginary Friends. If you haven't seen the trailer, it's Ryan Reynolds' character teams up with a little girl because it's never fucking weird.
So
and
problematic.
Which here's the thing. Like he gets mad about it, right? Like he's like, no, go away. And all the ifs are like, is she the chosen one? It's like, what are you talking about? And then there's no payoff for that. There's no payoff. Fine, there's a connection. There's no payoff. They're just like, oh, she remembers who he is. Yeah. And why couldn't John Krasinski play that role? He wasn't doing anything in that hospital room.
No,
they didn't even say what was wrong with him.
Yeah, no, they were just like, oh, he's got surgery.
He was getting surgery. He wasn't dying.
Yeah.
They were playing this up because the mom died. Like it opens up, like it's full heartstrings. I don't know what happened in this or who wrote this. And I'm sorry. I like you, John Krasinski, and I like your direction because the movie directing wise wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Like the actors all put on their performance. Like they're just not. Like the little girl was good. She was probably the best part about this movie, right? And then that's nothing against her because she doesn't destroy the movie in any way. She's just playing the part of a non-story story,
right?
I don't know. It's so stupid.
They did take it. They have free range, right? It's Imaginary Friends. I expected to see like really bizarre things, like you're just showing unicorns and a fucking marshmallow on fire and shit. Like show me something weird. Like half marshmallow, half cucumber dude with legs like a T-Rex or something. You know what I mean? Like it's an imaginary friend.
And like I got the idea of like wanting to be really creative. You're right. Mm-hmm. Like what kid dreams about a talking glass of ice water?
Yeah. You're
like
my
I
friend.
got the dog who's a superhero. I got the banana. I got like a bunch of the little ones. Like I got like some of them. And I got even like Steve Carell's character was like one of the main ones, right?
Yeah.
But what pissed me the fuck off is like, who? Oh my God. They changed even the rules. Like, let's get them new kids. No, let's get them their old, but they can do it for adults because adults need to learn how to dream. We would love to. The boots weren't on our neck all the time. Yeah. Anyway, go watch the regular part of the podcast if you're listening later. You'll understand what happened.
Bless.
Let's give her ratings for this jackass movie. And I hate to be so harsh about it. But it was not good, and but it was not good in an infuriating way. It's like you drug this out because like the trailers seemed like it was interesting. I'm not saying it looked like it was great for me, but I wanted to take my kids. I went and saw it, but I wanted to take my kids to go see this. I would not know.
No,
they will not enjoy this. This will not be fun for them. But anyway, my rating for this is 1, and yours is 1.5.
And I'll explain the half. So the half is only for the scene where she finally is able to take over that little creepy carnival she takes over underground. And then that scene, I did kind of enjoy how she started playing with the walls changing and brightening up. I enjoyed the visuals of that scene, but that was about the only thing I enjoyed that whole damn movie.
I did enjoy the visuals of the movie. Like he makes a really nice looking movie, but it was a boring story and you changed it up too much. Like it would have been nice if it was like, I think they should have reversed it personally and made it where they're going to try and get the adults to dream and connect with them, and it's not working, right? And then maybe like go to their kids or go to someone else. Like you didn't set up the grandmother enough. First of all, you set up the mom and the mom dying, and that's like the first 3 seconds of the movie. So, and you don't see it. They just like, they don't even tell you. She's just not there anymore. And the girl is like sad, but it had been years. Like it was stupid. Anyway, you set up this whole thing with like the grandma and stuff, and like it's only exposition. So if you miss it, I know where it's coming from, but if you miss it, you don't give a shit that she wanted to be a ballet dancer.
Let's talk about the grandma for a second, because
I loved her. She was very good.
She was problematic. This girl's running around New York, regardless if it's with imaginary friends or not, running around New York in the middle of the night, has a key to the apartment, just can casually leave, hop on trains and shit, and no one asks where were you? Where are you going? Are you shitting me?
That's how I grew up in a city. So, and I'm not saying like me, I was a little younger, but like my brothers did that all the time.
But I have to ask, and I'm not trying to sound sexist at all, is it different for males though? Because I mean, I kind of grew up in a similar situation, but I feel like most people kind of are a little more protective of their little girls.
I mean, maybe, but like we were latchkeys. That's basically what she was. I assumed the grandma was working.
Oh, she just looked like she was drinking at home on the couch. She was living her best life with that wine.
Oh, whatever. Well, in fairness, like she went to the hospital every day.
Right.
So like I could see where you're just like, okay, she's going, you know, like I'm going to see him or whatever. In New York, that's not unheard of. She's like 12 too. Like that's, I mean, my kid's crazy all around. So like you just got to teach them the best you can, you know, and common sense. So we got to teach common sense. All right, let's get to the movie.
Hooray!
I don't want to talk about that movie anymore. I'm quitting on you. That movie. Paul picked these movies.
Fuck.
Now I know you guys when you watch the clips of our reviews or you watch or listen to the podcast, we always like end on the movie we love the most. Not the case. Not the case.
No.
This movie was horrendously bad and worse than the one we just talked.
Yeah.
This is an abysmal. No, I got to tell this one. If you want to see and know what this movie's about, watch the first one from 2008. Maybe the second. I like the second. It's different. It's a little more in your face. This movie changes up everything that was good about that original, tries to add on more to make it creepier, and it never lands. It is dull all throughout. All right, here's a quick review for you. Paul, listen up. This pertains to you. No, it doesn't. It had to be 2009 or something like that. I was living in Hollywood and I went to Halloween Horror Nights in Universal and I took the Terror Tram. And the Terror Tram takes you all through the studio and like they have like things all out. And then it brings you up into the mountains and it drops you off. It just says get out and walk that way. And you walk through the town from not Days Ursa still War of the Worlds when the plane crashes. That was there. Awesome. And you walk through that, and then they have zombies running out at you and stuff. Then you get through that, and then you were walking through the woods for a little bit, like a path. And I promise you, it's going to be a good payoff. So you're walking through the woods. There's like bodies hanging from trees, and it's like the coal miner running out at you because My Buddy Valentine had just come out. Then you walk a little bit more, and in the middle of nowhere is the Bates Motel.
Heck yeah.
And you're like, oh, shit. This is where they filmed the Bates Motel. And now they have like crap everywhere ready to jump out at you. You're like, I don't need this at the Bates Motel. So I'm walking with some friends and we're going through the lines and stuff and doing it. It was a really cool experience. And there's cute girls there. And like, I wanted to be, maybe a little more masculine, macho, which is at this point, realize 14, 15, 16 years later, whatever. Just be you. Worry about being anything. If you are masculine, great. If you're not, that's okay too. So here we go. I'm standing there trying to be, and they're sackhead, and I don't see them. And they're eyes wide, ready. I'm scared. And I turn and I haul ass. I run all the way across Norman Bates's little motel, like pushing people over. Not really pushing people over, but like getting around people, and like there's people jumping out at me still because they don't realize that I'm trying to run away. And like because he just freaked me out. It was just the wrong moment, and it was that moment of fight or flight, and I flew. Say what you will, but that moment I flew. And I say this to tell you that out of the 4 experiences in my human life that I have had with sackheads in some sort of art form or some sort of performance, this one in the chapter 1 is the worst. Doesn't even make the list.
Yeah,
that's number 3. So it was so bad. I realized it was a long-winded story, but it was so bad. There's no drama to it. Maybe other 2 shots that I thought were cool is when she was playing the piano and he was sitting on a chair behind her and then he disappears. Not even when he was like walking in the background, because it wasn't even done comparatively to the original. It wasn't even done well. And then you get the one where she's in the shower, and the only like I knew he was going to be there. It like shouted you at your face that he's going to be there,
right?
But I thought it was still a cool from a filmmaking aspect. I thought it was cool that she crossed in the frame and then disappeared. It's a different take on the whole pull open the medicine cabinet mirror thing. I thought that was cool, a cool shot. Nothing about this movie was cool. The only thing I liked was she was okay. I didn't mind her, and I don't think she was giving a bad performance. I just don't think she had a good script to work with. And she's going to be running this trilogy, this proposed trilogy, so at least I know I don't mind her. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it doesn't matter. I'm not going to watch a stupid trilogy anyway. This movie sucked. I swear to God, Rennie Harlan went to David Gordon Green and was like, give me your Halloween and your Exorcist playbook. I want to know how to make it. I want to know how to take a property and make it so fucking bad that like the world just hates me. And now granted, he didn't do that with Mike Myers. He did that with The Strangers. But my long-winded approach, and I'm going to let Paul have it. This movie sucked, and the boyfriend was just a piece of shit. And I was glad when he died. Go ahead.
Damn.
I don't
That's
mind
beautiful. All right, now let me tell you guys why this is 9 out of 10 for me.
Get the fuck out of here. It is not. I have your rating.
Let me tell you guys, if you're struggling with sleep, go see Strangers Chapter 1. I caught me a good 15-minute nap. It was perfect. It was perfect. This movie sucked. They took the script from the first one. They like verbatim. A lot of the main scenes were all the same exact dialogue as before. I thought they were going to kind of touch base, it being chapter 1. I thought maybe, okay, we're starting with just like one main group committing these crimes and is going to explain maybe why they're doing them, maybe what inspired them to them, what hurt them to do them. But we don't get fucking any of that. It's literally like it's a shitty version of the original.
Can I point out it can't be a prequel?
Right.
This is not a prequel.
Right.
Because smartphones didn't exist in 2008. Cell phones did, but not what they had. And they had all new BMW and stuff like that. So what that tells me is we had two movies. One was phenomenal and one was good. I liked it. It's in your face. And then we get this piece of garbage, which is a planned trilogy, and you took everything out of it that was good about the first one based on a true story, which I know we've talked about, and I'm not saying you have to use that, but that's all they used. This one, they give you like 3 cards worth of crap of like, there's always unsolved murders in America. Okay, we get it. We watch true crime, everything. Relax. We don't need you to say that. And then on top of it, like completely remove the idea. They're in an Airbnb because their car broke down. It was turned into like Wrong Turn, but a bad one, not a good one.
Yeah.
It was like so stupid. Everything about it was dumb and just didn't make sense, and I hated it.
I knew from the opening scene when I realized that that's the same still they used for the original Strangers movie that says, FBI lost cases. This is the story. When I saw that, I was like, you used the same fucking one?
No,
you couldn't even change up any of that like at all, just to make it a little different or be like, this is one of the stories, not this is the story. That's what you said for the last one. Like, what the fuck are you guys like?
It was so
don't waste your money, guys.
Like, I would have preferred them if they're going to take it a different route. Don't go back to the first one. You've already amped it up in the second one. Now put them in a situation where maybe they're going through like little town and or like a group retreat.
Right.
That would be cool. Them start like 7 or 8 people or something. I don't know.
Or change the masks. Because if there's not supposed to be a correlation between this and the original, why is it the same mask that they're wearing between?
And they said Tamra, and they did. So like, if this isn't connected,
as far as I could tell,
who knows? You don't even.
That's
know.
what I'm saying. Because you're like, it's not a prequel. Because you're right. Obviously, it's not. But they're not hinting enough to let us know what's going on. So why Tamra? Yeah, this
and
movie
you took the good part about it, like the way they were dressed in the first one when he was wearing a suit, she was wearing like the homemaker. It was like they were trying, and she was dressed as a kid, like like they were trying to put together this idea of like the idyllic family that's coming to murder you. And I dug that. And then this one, like they tried to update it and it just looks stupid. And let's just give it a rating. I'm tired of these stupid movies. I gave it a negative. I would have given it a negative, but I can't give it a negative on Rotten Tomatoes or Letterboxd. So I gave it a half. It doesn't deserve it though. Maybe she does. I'll give it to her in those 2 shots. They can have a half a point. That's still a lot, but you can have it. And you gave it a 1.5.
I think mine was supposed to be a 1, unless I probably said something wrong. But I think because I thought I did Strangers as 1 and If as 1.5. But regardless, it's shit.
So hey, listen, down to a 1. There you go. For sure. All right, I'm done with these movies. I can't talk about them anymore. I need better movies in my life.
Same.
Let's just do our mixed pick. This has been a crazy episode. We're going to do our mixed pick, then we're going to talk about CFF a little bit, and then we're going to get out of here.
Heck yeah.
From 1957, a wonderful drama. If you haven't seen it, it's called 12 Angry Men. It's about jurors who are locked away deliberating, and they are trying to investigate within themselves whether a young man murdered his father or not. And it is a really interesting case study on like the psychological differences of human beings and how they deal and the anger that comes in with it and everything else. It's a fantastic movie, brilliantly acted. Sidney Lumet's first movie, I believe. I don't know if it was his first movie, but I think it was. And I love Lumet. He was fantastic. But this was just such a great movie. Paul, have you seen this one?
Yeah, I have. It's been a while, but I have.
Do you recommend?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you guys still aren't sold, tomorrow here on the channel, we will have 12 Angry Men, the Snobs Film History Classic Film Review, where we'll get in depth with it a little bit more, and you can go check that out. But this Thursday, Horror Conversations, that's right, the official podcast of Carolina Fear Fest, brought to you by the Scene Snobs. We have a show on Thursday night from, and I'm going to put this up for now. I want to talk about that as well, but I want to have Carolina Fear Fest up while I talk. Carolina Fear Fest, of course, we are the official media partners. We're going to be there. We're going to be handling the panel, a lot of the panels. We're going to be handling a lot of other stuff. We're going to be broadcasting live all throughout the weekend at different times. You go check out our channels or CFF channels to find out when. All right. I'm super excited. Paul, we met at CFF. Do you want to say anything before we get going?
Man, CFS has a special spot in my heart. You know, it's tradition now at this point. I don't think I could ever miss it for almost anything. It's going to be fun, you guys. I'm excited to see how it works with the new layout. I was kind of excited to see that they move things around. I think just that element alone, I'm like, ooh, it's kind of brand new just because everything's semi in a different spot. It makes
my life so much easier because I know exactly where I need to go.
Right. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, yes. And I was like, next to bathrooms, perfect. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, 3 years ago, who knew? I'm not saying smoking's good, but I'm saying that's how I met Casey, and that's how in turn I met you, and then worked out. And man, it's you never know who you're gonna meet there, and it's just so much fun, you guys. So if you're going there just to buy some merch and be on your way, you can do that. If you're going there just for panels and be on your way, you can. If you want to meet some people, talk to people, I've never met anyone there or spoken to anyone that's not willing to have a conversation with you or even hang out with you.
And it's a really cool vibe. The whole con is very spread out, open, and it's just a lot of fun. Like everybody there just feels like if you guys join up on the Discord over on the CFF channel, we plan meetups. We talk about like what we're gonna want to go and do there and stuff like that. So go join there, or make sure you're following all weekend. So that way, follow us here and follow CFF down in descriptions below, and go check it out. Let's have some fun with it, man. It's gonna be a good time, dude. But 'tis that time, my friend.
Absolutely.
And before we go, do you have anything you want to add, my friend?
You guys, until next time, just keep watching, keep listening, and keep loving the magic in movies.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for joining in. A great time. Hopefully you guys will join up and hang out with us here at the Snob Nation. And just let's have a good time. That's what it's all about, right?
Yes.
We love movies, and we know you do too. So join the Snob Nation. We got a lot of fun stuff. Can't wait to get to CFF. We will be live next week. We're going to have Troy Talks Movies is going to be on, and we're going to be talking movies. It's going to be a good time. And then we have a lot of fun stuff in order. But we're going to have the Scene Snobs channel is going to have stuff coming out. So make sure, even though we're there, you're going to have a lot of fun stuff to watch. Until next time, guys. I'm Mick Manhattan. I want to thank our awesome sponsors of this, Shopify. Go check them out. The link is down below. Our other affiliate links are down below as well if you need something else. But Shopify is fantastic. If you want to start your e-commerce business, get on it. They help you from beginning to end, all the way through. Get on there, start selling, and have a great time with it. But they are offering a free trial plus $1 on your first month. So, yeah, that's a great offer. At least give it a shot, see what you think. But until next time, which will be this weekend, but we'll be in Horror Conversations. I really do. I appreciate you guys listening to my rant tonight. And, I was pretty pissed off. There's a lot of other stuff going on, and I'll get to that once that's hashed out. But it's not with me, but it's with people I care about. So, it affects me. That's why. So I am doing okay, though. Aside from, being who I am and, it's all fun.
Same. I'm right there with you.
You got to be cuckoo sometimes. But no, seriously, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being a part of it. Thank you guys for talking movies with us and hanging out. You are all very, very awesome. We truly appreciate you. And until next time, remember to be kind, stay classy, and take care of yourselves because that is so damn important. And we'll talk to you then. Bye.